Hey everybody, it's Joanne Musa, the Tax Lien Lady, and it's not 2 o'clock. It's almost 20 after. I do apologize for being here late today. I said I was going to do this impromptu live at 2, and I couldn't make it here at 2. I'm in a different place. I'm in a hotel room, and it took me longer to get here than I thought it would. I had a lot of stuff to do on my way here, and it just took me, it was a couple of hours away from my house, and it took a little longer. I had to, my son brought me down here. My husband's here. It's in Langhorne, Pennsylvania. I live in East Stroudsburg, Pennsylvania. It's a couple of hours away from where I lived, and the fastest way to get here was actually to go through New Jersey. Okay. So anyway, I'm here and I have some announcements for you. And Nicole, I know you're here. I'll need you to put in some links for me. If you could get the link that was on the page that I sent you a couple of days ago for the summit that I'll be speaking in today, this afternoon, I'll be interviewed in the Push Your Paradigm Summit. And it's all about, it's actually Push Your Paradigm. I don't think that's the name of the summit, but it's all about reinventing yourself. And I've reinvented myself a couple of times. So I'll be talking about investing for success, but I'm going to be talking about investing in yourself. Not just about investing in tax liens. I'm only speaking for 20 minutes, but you'll hear some of my story of the ways that I've reinvented myself over the last, oh my gosh, I hate to tell you how many years, because then you might know my age. Over the last 30 years since I was in my late 20s, so maybe it's more than 30 years. All right. So I do have some announcements for you guys today. Other than I'll be speaking at that summit. And Nicole, can you put the link for that summit in there? I meant to tell you about this earlier. Yes, Push Your Paradigm is the name of the website. I don't know exactly if that's the name of the summit too or not, but the summit is all about reinventing yourself. Especially great for women, especially women that are in a different job now, maybe because of COVID. Maybe they're working at home where they weren't doing that before, or they're thinking of working for themselves instead of for the company that they've been working for years. So, and I will be speaking at 3:20, from 3:20 to 4 o'clock Eastern time. So for those of you on Pacific time, that is 12:20. And thank you, Nicole, for putting that link in there for me. The other announcement I have is that tomorrow night, I'll be doing a free webinar on tax sale success for the online tax lien sales that are coming up. So I guess you guys want to know what online tax lien sales are coming up. So who here, we've got a few people on here. I want you to tell me what you're interested in, what you want to find out about today. All right, I'm here for you. And I want to tell you about the tax sales that are, over the next few months, there are tax sales coming up, both tax lien and tax deed sales, both online and live. So, tell me where you're from. Tell me what you're interested in. I don't usually do this on the fourth Tuesday. This is the fourth Tuesday of January. Can you believe it? I usually do this on the second and third Tuesdays. I do Ask the Tax Lien Lady live, but this is like an extra tax lien live. Extra tax lien live, extra Ask the Tax Lien Lady live that I just threw in there. It's not really Ask the Tax Lien Lady live. It's not just a Q&A, but it's just an extra Facebook Live I wanted to do with you guys because I have all this stuff coming up this week and next month. So what else is coming up this week besides my interview this afternoon? The webinar tomorrow night. It's tomorrow night, 7:30. It's free to come to the webinar, and the replay is free as well. And it will only be available for a short time, okay? And it is, Nicole, it's at taxlienlady.com/live-training is where they can sign up to register for that webinar. And here's the thing, as I mentioned, there are a lot of tax sales coming up in the next few months from now until June. So right now are the Arizona online tax lien sales, okay? Well, all the Arizona tax sales, but what happened during COVID is a lot of them went online. There were a few online, now even more went online last year, but you know what? At least one is not gonna be online this year, but there are a lot of tax sales online in Arizona. 4 of the counties are open for registration now, all right? And the other ones will open up by next week. So that's what's going on now. And some of the counties will close their registration next week. So the ones that are open now, some of them will be closed by next week. Some of them that will open this week will close next week. So that's what's going on now. But after the Arizona tax sales are over, and guess what? By the middle of February, most of them are going to be done. There will be a couple left, but most of them will be done. Then what happens are the Indiana commissioner sales. And Ike, if you're listening to the replay of this, I know you asked me, you wanted to know when those Indiana tax sales are happening. In the webinar tomorrow night, I will show what's coming up, but you know, they probably won't even be showing yet because usually the counties do not give that information out until 4 weeks before the sale. And these sales are, although some of the Indiana sales have started, the Indiana commissioner sales have started, but those are the live sales. The ones that are online will not be until March or April. So the info for those won't be available till March, maybe at the end of February. So we don't have it yet, but they happen in March and maybe in April. There might be one in April, but most of them are going to happen in March. Then after the Indiana commissioner sales, by the way, for those of you who don't know what the Indiana commissioner sales are, they're one of my favorite tax sales because here's what happens. The regular tax sales in Indiana happen in the fall, right? So whatever doesn't get sold in those sales gets certified to the county commissioner and gets sold in the commissioner sale in the spring. The difference is in the commissioner sale, they drop the price down because in the fall, see, the price is bid up in these Indiana sales. The price of the lien is bid up. And in the fall sale, it starts at the back taxes and it's bid up from there. But in the commissioner sale, the price is lowered. Each county has their own value that they lower it to. I've seen it as low as $25 and as high as $500, okay? Depends on the county. And then you still bid the price up in order to get the lien, but the redemption period in the commissioner sale is only 4 months. That's why I really like it. The regular sale is 1 year, but when it gets sold in the commissioner sale, now the redemption period is only 4 months. All right, so what happens after the Indiana tax sales? Well, after the Indiana tax sales, now you're into April. Well, May are the Florida sales and Maryland. Both Maryland and Florida have online sales in May. And guess what? During all this time, from March through May, the online tax sales in New Jersey start ramping up again. And June, when all the Florida sales are over and most of the Maryland sales are over, there might be still a couple going on in June. Well, June is one of the biggest months of the year for New Jersey. So there's a whole lot to do in the online lien sales from now until through June. Okay. All right, so now let me see what you guys are writing in. And hello, Karen. Hello, Dennis. Hello, Josh. And hello, Rona, I hope I'm pronouncing your name right. So let's see what you guys have for me today. And then I've got more. I'll tell you what's coming up early in February in Tax Lien Lady after I'm done reading what you guys have to say. Okay, Dennis is a real estate developer in New Jersey interested in tax liens. Tried one auction out and didn't even come close. So looking for a good beginning point and why everyone bids just premium. Dennis, I got to tell you, you need to have a coach or a guide to know, because there's a reason why people bid that much in New Jersey. I'll give you an example. I have a client who is bidding at the New Jersey tax sales. She lives in New York, so she doesn't go to the live sales in New Jersey. She's just doing the online sales. I recommend the live sales. If you're in New Jersey, you could get good deals at the live sales. She got a few liens and she got 18% on some of them. Now, most of them were land, which I'm sure you are interested in, right? But she bid zero. A lot of times she bid zero, and she doesn't like to bid premium on liens, but there's a reason why bidding premium does make sense in New Jersey. You see, once you get the lien in New Jersey, you could pay the subsequent taxes and get the maximum rate on the subsequent taxes in New Jersey, which is 18%. Okay, it's a little bit more complicated than that. But these are things that I help people with when I coach them. All right. And if you're interested in talking to me about that, you can fill out the application at taxlienlady.com/mentoring-application. Now, only fill this application out if you're interested in talking to me about coaching and if you have money to invest, because it's not going to help you to talk to me about that if you don't have money to invest. You have to have the money to invest, but you want the inside information on how to go to these sales and actually bid the right amount so that you get liens and you're still profitable. So you just don't want to outbid everybody and then not be profitable, right? You want to make sure you're profitable. So this is what I help my clients do. And I am the acquisition manager of a tax lien investing fund. And we just got 5 liens in one of the online sales. Now, did we bid interest rate for them? No, we bid a little bit of premium on them, like $100, $200, and most of them were land, vacant land, and that's how we got them. Okay. If you guys want help with that and you have the money to invest for New Jersey, you need at least $10,000 to invest in these online sales. If you've got that and you want to talk to me about coaching with me, then you can fill out the form at that Nicole just put in the link for you, taxlienlady.com/mentoring-application. Okay, we have some other questions. Josh says, the lien sales I've looked at in the past show most bidders bidding prices up to the minimum yield high price. How do you achieve high rates of return bidding such high prices? Okay, when you guys ask me a question, you have to tell me what state you're talking about. All right, because I can't answer that unless you tell me what state. Okay, Rona, is it all counties that are selling? What is the interest rate in Arizona? Yes, all counties have to do their tax sale in February or thereabouts. They all have to do them this time of year, and whether it's online or live. And the statutory rate in New Jersey is 16%. It gets bid down from there. And I will tell you, it's very competitive. And let me tell you this. You might think that people pay too much in New Jersey for these liens, but they actually make out better in New Jersey when you pay premium for certain liens, okay? And don't get any interest on your lien amount than you do in Arizona when you bid down to 1 or 2%. Why is that? Because in Arizona, on your subsequent taxes, you only get what you bid at the auction and there's no penalty. In New Jersey, there's a penalty that you get on the certificate amount, even if you don't get any interest. Okay, and you get to pay the subsequent taxes and get interest on your subsequent taxes. Okay. Okay, Rona, I'm glad I pronounced your name right. Cool. Good guess on my part, right? All right, and I'm sorry about the lighting in here. Like I said, I tried to open it up in a hotel room. I came down here to be with my husband. He's starting his new job. He was working on the other side of the country in the state of Washington, and now he got a job in Pennsylvania, and he's coming back here. So I wanted to be with him this week while he's training here. Okay. All right, Dennis, good. I'm glad that made sense for you. And Tim says, is it easier to get good yields with land or commercial than residential? Yes. See, here's what I coach my clients, my coaching clients, what to do. I coach them, we look at the past sales. I coach them to get the results of the past tax sales and find out what properties don't get bid as high if it's bidding premium, or don't get bid as low interest if it's interest that's being bid. And I want to find out what type of properties those are, and those are the type of properties that that I suggest that they bid on. Okay, but here's the thing: they still have to be valuable. So then I show them how to make sure that those properties are valuable. Right now, I like, in New Jersey, I like land, I like farmland, I like land, I like, but it has to be buildable land. It's either got to be farm or a buildable, residential. I like residential building lots. I'm not so crazy about commercial because they're harder to sell. And some commercial properties, if a property is being used and it's commercial, that's a good deal. Okay, but sometimes those are competitive also. Walk you through a premium tax lien sale. Karen, that is not what this Facebook Live is for. I'm sorry. That's a coaching question. Or guess what? I'm doing a workshop. I told you guys I would tell you about this. All right. I'm doing a workshop in February 1st and February 7th. It is the tax sale success workshop. I'm going to be doing these this year because I find that most people need to know how to do due diligence. That's what they research properties and pick the right properties to invest in. Okay. So that's what I want to concentrate on. And so we're going to do that February 1st, and then we're going to have this second one February 2nd. It's a 2-day workshop, but the days are not back to back because I want to give people a chance to do the homework. All right, a chance to actually go register for sales and filter the list. I'm going to show you how to do that. Register for the sales, filter the list, and then on the second day, we'll do the researching the properties and finding the right properties to bid on. We're going to filter the list to the right properties on the first day. And then the second day, we'll do even further due diligence. Okay, but Karen, I don't think I'm going to go over bidding and premium bidding there. That is something that is state specific and something that I would go over with coaching clients. By the way, I just dropped my prices on coaching. Okay, because I changed the way I do coaching. Now I do coaching 2 days a month, and it's a one-on-one in a group setting. They are small groups, but because I did that, I dropped the price of coaching $100 a month. And you could find out about the coaching on getprofitabletexliens.com. I think Nicole has the actual link she could put in there for the coaching program, where you could find out more about that. Okay. Oh, and the workshop, by the way, there is a price for the workshop. I don't even have a registration page yet where you can register, okay? Because it's free for members, it's free for coaching clients, it's free for people that bought the Arizona training that I have. I don't have too many state-specific trainings, but I do have one for Arizona. And since the Arizona tax sales are going on now, if people get that training, I'm gifting them the workshop. Okay, the Arizona tax sale training is $497. You also get a trial, you get a 30-day trial membership in the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator, where you have access to the tools and resources that I use. And you get the workshop for free. By the way, in that 30-day trial, you also get access to all the other workshops that I did, because members get access to that, and you get access to that for 30 days, but you will have continual access to the workshop that we're doing in February, because that's a bonus to that Arizona course, because I'm doing that workshop while the Arizona tax sales are going on. So, and Nicole just put the link for you. She put the link for the coaching in there. She put the link for the Arizona tax sale program in there. Okay. All right, let's see if we've got any other questions. Nicole, did I miss any questions in the comments? I'm looking here to see if I missed any questions about that. Yeah, so just keep if you're just interested in the workshop, that's February 1st and February 7th. We will have a registration page. We will be sending that out probably next week. Actually, February 1st is next week, isn't it? We'll be sending that out the end of this week. And it's $197 for just the workshop, okay? But if you become a member, okay, here's a no-brainer, guys. It's $197 for the workshop, right? If you become a member, do you know how much it is a month to become a member? Does anybody know? I just lowered the cost of that also. It's $149 to become a member. So it's a no-brainer. Just become a member and you get into the workshop for free. And Nicole can put in the link for that. I know I shouldn't tell you this, right? But hey, you know, what the heck? You might like being a member and you might want to stay there. You will get charged if you sign up to be a member. You will get, it is a subscription. You'll get charged every month until you tell us to stop. Okay. If you sign up for the course, you will not get charged again for membership. You just get a 30-day trial. You have to tell us if you want to continue, because I don't believe in just adding it to a course like that. And, you know, and then people get charged and they don't realize that they're getting charged. And Nicole just put the link in there for the membership as well. Okay. Is the Arizona training inclusive of land? Oh yeah, it includes everything. Now, this is a training that was recorded last year. So it's, the training is recorded. Okay. The workshop is live. Do you have a fund or managed liened investing? So, oh, Tim, I'm glad you asked that. I am the acquisition manager for a tax lien investing fund. You need to be an accredited investor and have $100,000 to invest in order to invest in this fund. Basically, you buy a membership in the, it's a partnership. It's an LLC. It's a limited partnership LLC. So you invest in the LLC that's a limited partner in the fund. And I'm the one who goes out and buys the liens. I have a team that helps me do this, and a team that manages the liens for me. But I am in charge of, you know, making the decisions of where to invest and going out and getting the liens, and making the decisions on the individual liens to buy. And if you want to find out more about that, if you are an accredited investor and you have $100,000 to invest, then you can send an email to documents@taxlienfundlp.com. Let them know that you heard me speak and that you are an accredited investor and that you would like to know more about the fund. And they'll send you the documents. I'm not allowed to advertise it. So don't ask me any more questions about it. Okay, I can mention it like I did, but, and I'm also not in charge of onboarding people to the fund. My job is to go out and buy the liens, okay? Yeah, so I don't want to answer the question about returns because there's things that I'm not allowed to say. Okay. And Nicole has put the link for that in there too. All right, so let's see. Hey, Kevin. Okay, I purchased a tax lien on SFH. What is is that the single family house? Is that what you mean? At Maricopa County last year. It was for 2019 tax. No, it wasn't for 2019 tax. If you purchased it last year, it was for 2018 tax. Or wait a minute. Yeah, I'm sorry. Last year was 2021. Yeah, it was for 2019 tax. You're right. Because it's 2 years. See, in New Jersey, it's last year's taxes that they're selling. But in Arizona, it's taxes from 2 years ago that they're selling. So this year, they'll be selling 2020 taxes. Last year, they sold 2019 taxes. It has not been redeemed. Is there another lien on it for 2018? What can I do at this point? Nothing. You can, you have to wait the 2 years before you can do a foreclosure, and then you need an attorney to do the foreclosure. And you can, so you didn't pay the subsequent taxes. It's kind of too late to pay them, I think. I don't know if they extended that. Usually you have to pay them by December, but I think they might have extended that. So you have to get in touch with Maricopa County and find out if you could pay the subsequent taxes, because the 2020 taxes are going to go in this year if you don't pay them. And you could bid on it again this year if you want to, but I would need to know the particulars to like guide you to the right thing to do. I'd have to know like how much the lien was for to know whether you should pay the subsequent taxes or not, and what you bid, what your bid was. Okay, if you have an LLC, do you still have to be accredited? Yes, you do. I believe you do. What is the advantage to paying the subsequent year tax? The advantage is that nobody else can foreclose on it except you, unless somebody has a prior lien to you, which you should have noted when you bought it, because they list that on Real Auction. They list any prior liens. You should be able to find that out. Okay, but I'm sorry, it's not a 2-year redemption in Arizona, it's a 3-year redemption. So you have to wait another year. So you have to wait 2 more years before you can foreclose, and you'd have to get an attorney to foreclose. So if you pay the subsequent taxes, that gets added onto your lien. And what I said before was it depends on how much the amount was of the lien and what you bid on it. If you got it at a good rate, you should pay your subs, because you're going to get on your subsequent taxes what you paid, what you bid on the lien. So if you only bid 2%, you got it at 2%, don't bother paying the subs. But if you got it at 16% or 12%, pay your subs, because you probably won't get it at that rate this year, right? But it might be too late to pay them because there's a deadline that you have to pay them by. Oh, and by the way, the reason why I want to know the cost of your lien is because Arizona is going to charge you $5 every time you pay subsequent taxes. They nickel and dime you in Arizona. So if you only have like a $100 lien, it might not be worth it, because here's the other thing they nickel and dime you about in Arizona. $10 of that lien is a county charge that you're not getting interest on. So if you have a $100 lien, you're only getting interest on $90. Then you had to pay the platform. If you bought it from real auction, you had to pay them $5. Then every time you pay the subsequent taxes, you have to pay another $5 each time you pay them. You don't get any interest on any of those fees, any of those payments. Okay. So, yeah, Arizona's not one of my favorite states, but I have bid there. I have made money there. Guess what? I have lost a little bit of money there, and I have made money there. Because if a lien redeems too soon and it's one of those small $80 liens, you can lose money on it. Because $10, okay, it's an $80 lien. You're only getting interest on $70. And back then you had to pay $10 to the platform per lien. Now it's only $5. Okay. There is one lien for 2018. Oh, you mean one that was bought in 2018? Because okay, so it was bought in 2000 and it would have been bought in 2020. All right, so there is one lien in 2020. So when you foreclose, here's what you need to do. You need to check out the priority of liens in Maricopa County. Because here's the thing about some of the Arizona counties do not have a clear priority of liens. And if you foreclose on that property, that prior lien holder could still have a right to it. They could still foreclose. Also, in another year, they can foreclose. If they do, they're going to have to pay you off, or you could foreclose them out. Yeah, you should wait for that person. You should wait for that person to foreclose. But meanwhile, if you're making good interest on what you're on, you see, I don't know the specifics. This is really a coaching question. I would have to know the specifics to coach you on exactly what to do. Okay, it might be worth it to pay the subs, depending on how much the lien was and how much you're getting and what you bid. Okay. But like I said, that's kind of a coaching question. Okay, Kevin, you're welcome. 4,000. Okay, and how much did you bid? What's your bid on that? What did you get it at? I think it would be worth it. A $4,000 lien would 2%. No, it wouldn't be worth it, would it? Well, maybe it is worth it. Are you happy with 2% on $4,000? Do you get to pay another $4,000? That's something you have to decide. Do you want to only make 4%? You could try to bid on it again, but you might get it at only 1% because it's a single family house. You know, those are more competitive. I don't bid on those. Unless they're really distressed and not too many people want it. Okay. So Kevin, I think you're not planning to bid again. Well, do you want 2% on another $4,000? Then pay the subsequent taxes. If you can, you might not be able to. You know what? I don't think you can because it's probably already in the sale. But Maricopa didn't open their sale yet, but they will this week, I think, this week or next week. they're going to open their sale. So you could see if you could pay it, but you might not be able to. You just wait. Okay. All right. I think all right. So tell me, you guys, what was the most valuable thing for you today? What are you most interested of all the things that are coming up, all the things I mentioned? The interview I'm doing later today, the webinar I have tomorrow, the Arizona course, or the workshop, or maybe you want to find out more about membership in the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator, or more about coaching. What are you most interested in? I'll give you guys a moment to post here. The upcoming webinar. Okay, tomorrow night. That we do have a registration page for because it's tomorrow. And Nicole had put that in already for you. It's at taxlienlady.com/live-training. And here's what we're going to be talking about that webinar. We're going to be talking about the tax sales that are coming up online and the tools and resources you could use to be successful at those tax sales. And I'll actually be using those tools and resources in the workshop. All right. Yeah, the workshop. Hey, Barbara. The workshop February 1st and 7th. I will actually be showing you how to use those tools and resources. Rona, interested in the Arizona course, but feel like I will need more help than a pre-recorded course. I will have many questions. No problem, Rona, because the course is already updated for this year. All the dates are on there for this year. And when you do the course, you get into the workshop, and that's where you get the information for this year. That's why I did the workshop as a bonus to the course. And yeah, and you'll be able to do the Q, and you get the membership in the Tax Lien Profits Accelerator, and you'll be able to do the Q&A. We'll have Q&A in the workshop, so you'll be able to do it there. So if you are interested in the Arizona course, get it now for 2 reasons. Number 1, some of these tax sales are going on now, and registration is going to close soon. Some of these tax sales aren't open for registration yet. They're going to open this week, but they're going to close next week. So for registration, and then bidding won't be over until the week after that, okay? So that's one reason. And the second reason is you get in on the workshop. And the workshop will answer your questions. Okay. How much total are all the tools and resources? They come with the membership. They come with the membership. Okay, so you get use of them for 30 days when you buy the course. And if you want to continue after that, you can continue being a member. But if you're only interested in the Arizona sales, you might not want to continue after that. So it just depends. Yeah, you don't have to. I'm not automatically going to charge you for it. It's $149 a month, which will allow you a Q&A with me also. Yeah, so the tools and resources are included. And I'm trying to think if there's any that aren't included, but what is included is you get access to tax sale finders. You get access to a lot of my courses and workshops. And oh, thank you, Barbara. Barbara's a member. She says membership is totally worth it and doesn't require a commitment. And she is a member. Thank you, Barbara. Thanks. All right, guys, I am going to have to go because I've got an interview in a little while. So I hope to maybe see well, I won't be able to see you, but maybe you guys will see me on there. If not, on the webinar tomorrow night. All right. Thanks so much for being here. And remember, I do this Q&A. I do Ask the Tax Lien Lady live every second and third Tuesday of the month. This one was not planned. I don't normally do it the fourth Tuesday of the month, but I do it the second and third Tuesday of the month right here. So I'll see you here in the future. Bye, everybody. Thank you for being here.